Yeah. Hello, ladies. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Are we all ready to go?
I can hear you. I can't see you, Elizabeth.
No? All right.
No.
No, I look amazing. No, I'm
I bet you do.
No doubt.
Maybe we can work on that. Can you guys briefly introduce yourselves? Because I mean, first off, I want to say we've spoken together before. Women Building Empires. This is kind of our world tour, just powerhouses in the real estate industry. I'm so proud to be part of this group. And can you just introduce yourselves really briefly, and maybe what you're doing right now, and yeah, then we can get started. Lynette, do you want to start? You're the
Sure.
ultimate boss lady.
I don't know about that. That's kind of you to say, Elizabeth. But sure, it's I feel pretty bossy this morning at 6:30 in my world. I've got worked out. I've had my coffee. So I feel like I'm on top of the world this morning. So, but thank you so much for the invitation. This is I love this group. From the very first time we had the opportunity to get together and chat, this is truly a group of boss ladies. So proud to be part of it. I'm currently the managing partner for Reach Canada. So we are the Canadian expansion of the National Association of Realtors out of the US, Reach Technology Accelerator for real estate technology. So we expanded our program into Canada a year ago. We are just about to graduate our first class of 8 rockstar companies next week. So we're so excited about that. And so I came to Reach after about 12 years as a senior executive and CEO in the real estate industry here in North America. So excited to be here.
Great. All right. Who's next? Maria, I think you're next. A new Canadian, actually.
I can't go after the Lynette's intro. It's like way above and beyond. You're awesome. You're my super inspiration. I want to be like you when I grow up. So I'm still a child, clearly, but. So my name is Maria. I'm from Argentina, and I just arrived in Canada in March. I met these girls, and we really connected in last year's summit in Toronto. So it was truly inspired, and now I'm finally here. I'm the founder and CEO of Elevator Ventures, which is a venture lab in urban tech, where we develop solutions to make cities better, basically, right? So through that, we developed some MVPs, and now we're focused on digital transformation for the built world, basically, where we help urban environment organizations like real estate developers or municipalities even, and key leaders develop, conduct digital strategies to adopt new technologies. And now also next week, as Lynette's going through a launch, we are also launching our first digital transformation course, which is with 8 months focused on the built world. And it's quite exciting too. So yeah,
amazing.
That's what we're at.
Great. Karen?
Hi, everyone. And thanks for having me. So I'm Karen Lau. I'm the co-founder and CTO of Furnishr. We started Furnishr in 2016, so it's been about 5 years. What we do at Furnishr is we're a turnkey furnishing platform for anyone who needs to furnish an empty space, whether it's a studio apartment or a large home. You come to us, tell us what you need to do, what you like, what kind of style you like, how big of a space you have, and we'll handle everything from design to setting up. And I also had the privilege of meeting these women in another prop tech panel last year, and we've definitely connected. I know there's a lot to learn from everybody here, and thanks for having me, Elizabeth.
Great. And last but definitely never least, Rosanna, can you give yourself a little intro?
Definitely. Thank you. So my name is Rosanna Lawn, and I'm the Brand and Strategic Partnerships Director.
Oh, maybe the other people can mute. Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah. I heard an echo. I thought I'd been transported to the future then. Like, all the way through, like a Doctor Who kind of effect. I'm Brand and Strategic Partnerships Director at Project Etopia, and we build eco-technology-driven sustainable homes around the world. And my job is to really look at aligning messaging and policy and trying to kind of create a message that our consumers can get on board with. That's kind of, I suppose, understandable. Like, there's a lot of buzzwords in sustainability. There's a lot of greenwashing. There's a lot of like buzzwords of technology. It's about debunking that and creating a product that people can actually get on board with, understand the benefits of the environment and what those benefits are to our consumers. So my job is to really lead on that, to lead on our partnerships and look at how we can elevate the built environment through collaborations and through innovation.
Amazing. Wow. Well, you are definitely all women building empires, and I love that title that you got at the last event. So maybe we can start with, well, Karen, actually I should start with you because we had a call out at our last event. We were talking about what we were going to do for other women in the real estate world. So have you completed your task, and where are you with that?
Oh yeah, so last time what we said was, how do we get more women involved in prop tech? That was our last call to action, and see what action we should take individually. So mine was to invite more women and also make sure that we ask any panel organization like this one, like a Real Estate Building Futureproof, to make sure we have 50-50. Of women and men, and diversity, overall diversity in race and gender in all panel discussions. And while very well, I think we've achieved that on this panel.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that also got inspired. Koen van Oostrom, the CEO of Edge Technologies, told me he often challenges talks that he's doing and says he will come and talk if there's a woman, at least one woman on the panel. So I think that's a great thing that we can all do to kind of even that out. Lynette, I think you're everybody's hero in this group, but what do you have to say to women in prop tech, and what do you say to this changing industry? We were talking about building future-proof, we're talking about the future. Let's talk about the future, right? You know, where should women be? What do we want to move?
You know, I love this question. I think it's so timely, Elizabeth, that we put this question not just on the table, but as much as we can, we all sort of take this question forward and champion it in every conversation we have. Because I think really now is the time for women to, and I'm going to be a little bit critical of us all, get out of our own ways and get out there, right? Get rid of the imposter syndrome that I think inherently women carry around, that this is such a men's industry. If we keep telling ourselves that, we're going to continue to allow it to be a men's industry. You know, the five of us are on this panel today by merit of the fact that we are where we are, regardless of whether it's a man's industry or not. And I think it's incumbent on all of us to, you know, continue to encourage women to get out there and do the things that they love, whether they've explored them or not, right? I think a lot of women think, I would love to be that, but, you know, I can't because of a whole myriad of reasons. And I've been there, and I'm saying that because I've been there, right? I've carried that imposter syndrome forward. And yet, I think it's really incumbent on us to kind of be, you know, for those of us who have sort of made it into the places that we are, and I would say we have all accomplished this, you know, to really encourage the women behind us. And I think it's more about that as opposed to asking the men to get out of the way, so to speak, right? Because to be honest, every man in my circle is welcoming of women. Personally, I'm having a problem. I'm putting together some panels for an upcoming event, and I'm having a problem finding women. That's my desire, that's my want. So, you know, the Karen challenge of how do you get more people to participate? I don't have enough women, right? We need more women in the industry. We need more women, you know, sort of, you know, aspiring to get to these places. And I think they do in lots of ways. And I also think the way, you know, we're consuming property and technology both is allowing a lot more creative ingenuity to come to the table. And I don't have to, you know, go further than point to the people like Karen, like Maria, like you, Elizabeth, on this panel, who are doing really creative, ingenious things in the property space. Because I think that's really what the world wants, is to consume property more with that creative kind of bent, as opposed to just the functionality and the purposeful bent. So that's my soapbox.
I love that. And if you know an amazing woman who has a story to tell and is doing something really cool, please, or just link to Lynette Kowalski, send her some emails for women speakers. I think we should make a list, calling it The List, of just amazing women that can talk in this. But I mean, Rosanna, you kind of made your career doing this. You said it doesn't matter how old you are, it doesn't matter this. You really pushed out millennials, Gen Z into the forefront of real estate and said, we have a voice here, we need to build a community. So you're kind of a Joan of Arc in this way as well, right?
Yeah, definitely. And I think.
Oh, mute everybody else.
Hold on, I'm going to turn my hands off. Speak through my laptop.
Yeah, we all should get a certificate, I think, after COVID's done about e-conferencing and that sort of skill set.
Can you hear me now? Is that better?
No.
You can be a certification.
Yeah, there you go. Is everybody else muted?
Yeah, brilliant. There we go, I can't hear it anymore. So yeah, definitely. So we, me and my co-founder, Harry, a few years ago, we kind of realized that there was a big gap in the industry where it's not just, potentially minorities that can feel unsupported, the junior level of staff in the industry do feel very unsupported as well. And we thought, diversity inclusion starts then. As soon as they enter the industry, if they can understand, we have 50-50 at the moment of people entering the industry roughly from university degrees. And a lot of graduate schemes are looking for that. So if they can understand diversity and inclusion and there's facilitation for that at the beginning, these manifestations of inequality shouldn't occur, right? Because we've got it at the beginning, we've created a community, they're seeing male speakers, female speakers, they've all got the same opportunity, and they're all learning from each other. So we really focused on young professionals, getting them into a diverse, inclusive environment, giving them opportunities, going to industry-leading events, trying to get them out on stage and speaking, and trying to give, especially women as well. And I know this sounds, it might sound a little bit ridiculous, but you're right, Lynette. We stand in our own way, and it's confidence. It's a lot of it's to do with confidence, and we don't have the same confidence to get up on stage and talk our truth as a lot of our male colleagues. And that's stereotypical, but in an average, women are less likely to do these kind of things, to put ourselves out there and to speak our truth. So we've been very focused on how do we get women speaking on some of our panels. How do we? And we've been talking to a company called Women Talk Real Estate, and they basically get those speakers together on a online platform, and event organisers can go onto that platform and find women speakers with an expertise. And we've been talking to them about doing training courses for young women coming into the industry to build their. And there's a lot of confidence. Like me standing on stage is what I am now, 27 years old, surrounded by these wonderful women who have had so much experience and so much knowledge. Sometimes I'm like, I shouldn't be here. And I have to own the fact that, I should, because I've created this network. I'm now doing whatever I'm doing at Etopia, which is quite a leadership role and being out there. And I have to always remind myself before I get on stage, you should be there. You should be there even now. So I think it's really important, the confidence factor of getting people to actually stick their neck out and go, I have something to say, my truth is of value, and I want to say it. And that's something that we've been really trying to nurture from when people come into the industry, because it isn't an unequal industry in it, not anymore.
No, I love that. And Maria, can I just do a follow-up on this? Because you have also sort of a fantastic history, and I also love how you work with people. You're really, you work with a very diverse range of type of people. You can work with everybody, even if it's a tough situation. I think you're kind of the original tough tough chick of real estate. I want to hear about working with a wide range of people.
Well, I don't know if I'm tough, but I have like strong opinions on this subject. Gets me quite mad. I'm just like, okay, it's very early in the morning. No, I'm like I come in it's worldwide, right? But I feel that from where I come from, it's I don't know, maybe 5-10 years behind at least what I see in Canada in regarding of inclusion and awareness, especially awareness of these biases, right? So when you are like aware of these things, I became aware when I started to level up, right? Like I started, as Rosanna was saying, like 50-50, we're all in our 20s, like and then like only the guys were like moving up, right? And I like was moving up a little bit with them. And then finally I found myself that I was alone. Like I was the only woman in the tables, right? And it's like, when did this happen? And I wasn't getting invited to the lunches where they make the decisions and when they discuss investment. I was like, dudes, why don't you invite me? Oh no, you're a girl, like go and hang with the girls. And like girls started like having babies and like taking it slow and part-time jobs and even stopping working. And I started like getting mad at everything that this was like how this was happening. And so since I wasn't getting invited into some tables, I just, what we were talked about in the last panel, like I just started making my own tables, right? So okay, I'm gonna do this project, who's coming, who wants to join? And I started resonating, of course, with more diverse people that maybe weren't represented. So I always like to hire and consult with people that it's not normally the people that you would see as like the archetype of leader of I don't know, if I find a girl that's coding. I just had a call a couple of days ago with a girl that was like badass in data science, and I was like, oh my god, like I need to like I don't know, I need to help you somewhere because she's so great. She was like so shy, so I like to like break some of those boundaries, but it's like the system is, if you see the data on like C-levels, and there's like so like over 90% are guys, right? So you need to push and to make that space. I don't know if that makes sense.
I love that idea about making your own
right?
tables. Yeah, I really love the idea of making your own tables, because I think everybody considers real estate sort of, what did you call it, Walter? Conservative. Sometimes old-fashioned. The conservative is a nice way. But I feel that real estate's also an industry that loves a fresh breath of fresh air. Somebody that is doing something different, somebody that's trying something new and innovating, and there's this attraction to that. And I think that's what all of you do so well, and why you've all pivoted so well during COVID, is that you really have seen that and been that fresh, why can't I say it, breath of fresh air during a time when it's unstable. So I think we're running out of time because we went over in the last session, but yeah, I just wanted to appreciate everything that you guys are doing and how you're championing other women in the industry. Do you have any final thoughts or challenges for any of us going forward?
I think one of the things that I would definitely like to say is, because we talk about women putting themselves in their own way, but one of the biggest things that can empower somebody is knowing that people have your back and they support you. So I believe in women sticking their neck out. I believe in women having confidence in themselves. But I also believe in needing a support network, no matter whether you're male, female, or whatever, to be outside of your comfort zone. So if you're in a position to provide that support network to somebody who is trying to push boundaries, who is really trying to kind of get out there, whether it's a conversation you want to have with your company to increase diversity and increase exposure, whether it's you want to personally support them and just let them know that you believe in what they're doing, and if you can help, let them, let them know that you're there. I think there's so much to be said for having a tenacious kind of personality but there's also something huge to be said about tenacity with support and just knowing that people have got you and they see it, and you're not just kind of on your own out there trying to make waves. So I guess there is always a part to play, whether you're a female, whether you're a male, and this goes for all minorities as well. It's not just females, it's for everyone. If you see somebody who you can lend a hand to, just do it. There is always that ability, even if it's just somebody to chat to, because it can be very exhausting, and it can be quite lonely when you feel like you're pushing boundaries constantly without a huge amount of people support you. So I think there's a part that everyone can play in diversity across all minorities.
Yeah. No, and we've definitely seen the benefits that can happen when people who think differently work together. We see amazing innovation, right? And that's what this is really about, creating something better because we're all different and we think differently. Ladies, till the next time, we're just going to continue the tour, right? Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for waking up on the west coast of Canada, some of you, and Rosanna in the UK, you're fine. But anyway, thank you for being here. Thank you so much. Have a great one.
Thanks, Elizabeth.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.